I'm back. We back. Like a spy hole, you already know. It's me. It's your girl P, your favorite bitch and your favorite witch. I am also your lovely, lovely host of Postscript, also known as PS the Talk Show. And let's just jump into this week's episode. So the first thing that I'm going to start with, as always, is going to be P's favorite pieces. So for this week, first thing I want to say off the top is Happy Women's History Month. I just love how we go from Black History, Women's History Month. It's just like, yeah, turn me up a little bit more. Also very happy that it is rodeo season. I've been me a couple of times. If you don't see me, you don't see me. Yeah, I love rodeo season. Like, it's just always so much fun. Like, I love rodeo. It's so fun. I think I'm gonna go back to the mall too, but we'll see about that. Oh, the other thing, I don't know if you know, but I'm a Chipotle girl down. Love Chipotle. Gotta go every weekend. Like, that is my little treat to myself. It's something about that corn sauce that got me addicted. Like, But, they got a Chipotle honey chicken. So good. 10 out of 10. Chef's kiss. Because ever since they came out with the, what is it? Is it chicken al pastor? Yeah, I think that's what it is. I don't be liking the regular chicken bowls. So I'll be having to wait until like springtime, summertime when the chicken al pastor come back. But now they got the honey Chipotle bowl. And I'm like, I like this too. Like, I'm like, y'all can keep that regular chicken. This little sauce y'all putting on them, keep doing that. We need all the flavors. So I did want to talk about that. Y'all need to go to Chipotle and get that honey Chipotle chicken. It's so good. Oh, and last thing I want to talk about is, girl, it's been a little minute since I done shop on Fashion Nova. And now all of a sudden, they little baseline inseam is giving 34 inches, and that's my inseam. And I'm like, I've seen what you've done, Miss Nova. I wasn't familiar with your game, because back in the day, Miss Girl, the tall inseam, the long inseam used to be 33 inches. And I'm like, that's still a little bit too short for me, but I make it work. I wore these black, like, flare leg jeans in my graduation pictures when I graduated college. And I was so mad that they weren't, like, super, super long. But I was just like, I got to make do with what I got, because I'm the one that's making this happen. So, yeah. But, shout out to Fashion Nova, because I got, like, I think I probably ordered, like, 15 pairs of jeans. But if you follow me on the gram, then you know, I told you the other day, when I put on some jeans, I, like, went to pull them up, and the whole front, like, busted out. Like, it was crazy. It ripped. So, yeah, I'm going ahead and revamping, getting some new jeans to get on the program. All right, now we're moving to our next topic. You don't know what pissed me off today? It's not a lot of stuff, but okay, the first thing I want to say is the main thing that really pisses me off is when I'm talking to my father and I say something and he says something back that he know I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Like the other day, my car overheated, which was very weird because like ain't no lights on or nothing. And I was like, what does that mean? And I just got an oil change. Like, I know the little basic stuff. And I'm like, that's weird. But granted, I was literally like 2 seconds away from my house. So when they said cut the engine off, I literally was at the light and I cut the car off. And then when the light turned green, I cut the car back on. And then I drove to my house and that was it. And that hasn't happened since. And I was like a week and a half ago. And so I told my dad, and he was like, oh, did you check the antifreeze or? And I'm like, antifreeze? I don't know. Why you be asking me this stuff like I'm gonna know that? Well, you gotta check out that shit. What? Why would you think I know what that is? Not even why would you think, you know I don't know what that is. Why is you asking me that? That makes me so mad. Like, so mad when he be asking me stuff like that. And I'm like, sorry, I'm not that girl, and you know I'm not that girl. I don't even want to open the hood of the car. Like, ever. But that's what pissed me off today. So the other thing that pissed me off today was I was having a conversation a couple weeks ago, and I came to a realization that a lot of people that I've come in contact with have been the exact same people in different skeletons and different skin suits. And that's crazy. Because what do you mean they got the same birthday? That's weird. And then the other thing is, speaking of birthdays, the twins' birthday is coming up March the 14th, which is crazy. That didn't even dawn on me that like the twins are Pisces. Shout out to them. Shout out to me. Shout out to my doctor, Dr. Alex Earl, the GOAT at Pure Plastic Surgery. If you want to tap in. Yeah. Not one of them little cheap doctors though. Not even gonna hold you. So we're gonna move on. All right, now we're getting into conscious cunt. I just want to make an announcement and really like just, I don't know. I was hearing this message, feeling this message when I was writing down my notes and my script and stuff. But I just really wanted to let y'all know that, you know, community is important. But no one is more important than you. So, you know, Do the things that make you feel the best, because sometimes I don't know, like right now I'm hearing what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Maybe not. Do your own shit sometime. Put you first. Do what you want to do just because it's for you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't like be trying to always make sure everybody is fitting in together without putting your stuff first. I don't even know if that makes sense, but if you quote the message, you quote it. So yeah, I did talk about the Venus retrograde last episode. So think about Venus themes like, love, romance, beauty, finance, value, art. Yeah. Questions that need answers. Why the fuck is king cake bread? Do you know this whole time I've been thinking that when you cut it, it's gonna be like a delicious, moist, like white cake with that amazing frosting and sprinkles on it? Why is it bread? And like not even good bread. Like, you know how you go to Cinnabon and like it be that outside roll that's like hard and crunchy a little bit? That's what it's made out of. That exact same bread. Straight to jail. No. For this week's bar for bar, prepare to be sick of me because Mother Monster, Lady Gaga, the star, icon, idol, and mother that you are. Mayhem, the whole album. I'm gonna give it bar for bar this week. The entire album. Oh, Garden of Eden, just she went back to her roots. Like, I kept seeing pictures of her like during like, all the press and stuff. They was like, Gaga's weird again. Like, we are so fucking back. And I'm like, oh my God. But I also have accepted the fact that I'm almost like 85% sure that I'm not gonna get to see the Mayhem tour, because I'm sure it's gonna happen like this year more than likely. And if you know me, I'm trying to stack a little bread. I ain't trying to do too much. So all right, now I want to talk about hashtag I cannot make this shit up. So the overall message and theme, I guess I just want to start off by saying, is owning up to your responsibility and your contribution to things. Knowing the things that you are responsible for and need to complete, or things that affect you the most. Like kind of how I was saying earlier, like, the whole goose gander thing, all of that. Just think about that kind of stuff. Know what, like, I don't know, I just saw like a little like party. Like, know what dish you bring into like the little appetizer party or whatever for the football game or whatever. Don't be worried about, oh well, who's gonna bring they didn't tell you to say that. They told you, bring this thing. Everybody bring something. This is the thing we want you to bring. So just worry about that for right now. Stop tripping over all the details for real. Like, I know the details be mattering, but right now just think about bigger picture and your part and responsibility for the bigger picture right now. We're gonna worry about the details later. They always reveal themselves. Don't worry about it. So if you are familiar with the show, and you have been here all episodes, first I want to say love you very much. Please leave a comment. Comment your favorite episode, your favorite segment, your favorite colloquialism, your favorite catchphrase, whatever, how you feel. Leave me something below so I know that the love is real. But if you are familiar with the talk show, then you know that I started this talk show last year during Eclipse season. And I believe that the first episode was titled like Welcome to Hell. And we're back. You're going to Hades. Goes to Hades. So we are officially in eclipse season. Eclipses are very intense, like, So the 2 weeks leading up to the eclipse are the most powerful and most intense and, the most visceral for that time frame. And so on March the 14th, which is the twins' birthday, we are going to have a Virgo lunar eclipse. And that is going to be the start of the eclipse cycle in the sign of Virgo. Right? Okay. So for that, it's just really a good time for cleansing, rebuilding, resetting, restructuring, recalibrating. That's all the rewords that I can think of right now. So eclipses do happen in pairs. So after the eclipse that we're going to have on March the 14th, which is going to be a lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo, on March the 29th, we're going to have a new moon partial solar eclipse in the sign of Aries. So if you all remember last year when they were doing the Great American Total, y'all remember what I'm talking about on the talk show if you remember. But if you don't remember and you're new here, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. I always throw that in here somewhere in the show. But If you are familiar with the eclipses and stuff that happened last year when people was outside looking and the moon totally covered, that was a total eclipse. Right now we're gonna have a partial, so it won't fully cover, it won't get dark, it won't have the same full experience and effect like it did last time. Sorry guys. So like I said, on March 29th, we are gonna have a partial, new moon solar eclipse. So that means that's only gonna partially cover the light, not fully like it did last time. And with the new moon partial solar eclipse, that's going to be starting the eclipse cycle in the sign of Aries, because as I said a few minutes ago, eclipses happen in pairs. The first one I said is going to be ending the eclipse cycle in the sign of Virgo, and this one is starting the eclipse cycle in the sign of Aries. Pairs. It makes sense when you really know what the fuck people are saying and they don't just be like talking in a bunch of jargon. But anyhow, let's keep going. So with the new moon partial solar eclipse happening on the 29th, you want to really think about self-discovery, being as though, it's happening in the sign of Aries. A good date to look back on. I don't remember who said it. I always do that and I be feeling so bad. But 4/20 of 2023 was a good reference date. Y'all know how I always try to give a good reference date to think about what was happening then, what was happening now, all the good shit. And we're gonna have a real good reference date later on. We're gonna get to that in a little bit. I also think I messed that up earlier. The eclipse cycle is starting in the sign of Virgo and ending in the sign of Aries. And I think I said that backwards earlier. I don't even be remembering or catching it when I'm editing sometimes. And then like when I be thinking about what I just said, and I be like, did I say that right? I don't even know. But whatever. You heard what I said. Starting the eclipse cycle in the sign of Virgo. Ending the eclipse cycle in the sign of Aries. And if I said it backwards the first time, I apologize. So I don't know, when I was listening to like Manny and Chenny like talk about it, I just kept seeing like an image of a sifter. Y'all know what a sifter is? Probably not, because everybody grandma would be 52. But it's like a cylindrical shaped thing. It's made out of like stainless steel or whatever, and it's circular. And it has a handle on it, and you put flour in it, and you like, I don't know, squeeze the handle and it like sifts the flour to make it thinner or whatever the case may be. And that's just what I was thinking about, like everything they were saying. And they was like, yeah, I'm just like, I'm getting the energy of like sifting, like, gold mine kind of thing. Like when people have the little thing in the water and they shake it and get all the dirt out and like try to look at, like, that's just the energy. That's what's happening right now. If I could give you a visual of what you need to be doing with stuff, I need you to be filtering, sifting, looking through, figuring out, all right, what we keeping, what's trash, what need to go, what's just been sitting here and in the way, and we really could have space for something else. Like, you know what I'm saying? So with like the Virgo energy, that really speaks to, our task, our daily habits, our subconscious, and the way that we approach life, and a sense of organization is like a big thing with Virgo. Like I'm a Virgo moon, so that's like a very just innate thing for me. Like I love organization. Like I'm so good at that shit. And so you want to really think about, those things that I spoke of, the Virgo themes, about your approach, your daily habits, your subconscious, kind of like the way you're pre-wired. Because the eclipse will start, like I said, on March the 14th, and they will run through until March the 29th, with the first one being a Virgo lunar eclipse, and with the second one being an Aries new moon partial solar eclipse. Lunar means moon, solar means sun. If you didn't learn that in school, you shouldn't even be on here in the first place. And I wrote down, details matter less than the experience at this moment in time. You should honestly be pouring most into you so that you can have the most pleasurable and bountiful time at this moment. Details matter. Damn, I think I just started having a stroke a little bit as I started to say that, because I started thinking about something in my own life. That's crazy. Anyhow, details matter less than the experience. So, also another thing to go along with the Virgo theme of the eclipse, happening on the 14th in that time. Think of where Virgo is in your chart, if you're familiar with your chart, and then not only that, like what house is it in, because that right now is due for an iOS beta update. And you don't even know it, but it is. But it would be so much better and easier if you did know it, so you can understand how to approach it. And I told you that's how I use astrology, to understand what's happening and why I'm feeling the ways that I am, or to understand the way that things are going to show up for me. and the way that things are going to manifest for me. Like, I use astrology for that, and it's so like fucking life changing. Like, it's amazing. Like, girl, I quit my job and like girl, we're getting not my job that I have right now, but like when I first got into like my favorite thing in astrology, which was like the Chiron, South Node, and North Node. I really was like, oh yeah, like I got the key, like bet, and I like quit my job and was just like living my life, and it was great. And none of that would, if I didn't do that, like I wouldn't have the job and stuff I haven't. Like, girl, we'll talk about that later. You should be preparing, not anxiously, but open heartedly and open mindedly, if that's a word. uh, and understanding that a reupholster is coming. I don't know why that just like came into my head. Like, all right, this is the stuff that we have. We're gonna fix it up. We're gonna see, like I said, what's keeping, what's staying, what's going, what's not, what's been sitting here, what's what we could get. But then also don't forget, girl, that Mercury about to get them micro braids back in. She done went to them Africans again. Mercury retrograde starts the day after the eclipse starts. So it's a lot of shit going on in March. A lot of heavy like uncertainty. So that's why I was really speaking to the whole, like, you know, the details matter less than the experience right now. But also don't go out of your way just like haphazardly living through life. Double check, triple check, text messages, emails, everything. Just plans, times, dates, because Mercury is in a microwave right now. Well, not right now, but by the time you watch this, it will be. So yeah. And that's gonna happen on March the 15th. So slow down, driving, slow down, stop reacting to stuff, take things in and think before you respond. Because it is Aries season on the way. We know it's getting real close. So that fire energy about to come through with that Mars energy. You know, stuff just want to get done real fast. But relax. You're doing too much. It's giving like, if I could explain it, the only thing I could think of right now is like when you run in the pool. Like, you can move, you can try to move fast, but the water is putting so much pressure up against you, like and you exerting yourself, like, because you got to put out so much energy just to try to run through the water. Like, I don't know. And I say this, and I don't even be trying to be on like no corny like namaste type shit, but like I really want you to think about the things that something that you do the exact same every day, just for you. And then also the other thing I want to think about is the things that ground you and bring you back to like zero, and just like that bring you back into your self, like so that you're fully present in your body. And maybe you don't have any practices like that, but you should develop them, because as I always say, cortisol kills. So tapping with your endocrine system and your nervous system. I don't even really know what that means, but I know that has a lot to do with the way that shit happens in your body. I mean, I know what it means, but I don't even remember what the endocrine system is. But it's something about like the kidney. I don't know, the kidney is like where the toxic. Girl, I'm not even about to get into that, but I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So yeah, take all that into consideration, and just jump off the porch into Q2 you, 2025 version of you, with love and trust and like openness for change and newness, because all of that is upgrade. A lot of my peers and I, we are entering the last year of our 20s, or like approaching the last year of our 20s, and learn the lessons and from the experiences you had when we were younger, because I really don't want us to be like goofy 30-year-olds. Like, I really don't. Like, I mean, I don't feel like I'm gonna be there, or like me and none of my friends or nothing, but I just don't want my little age bracket to be like goofy. I don't even know what else to say, but like, yeah, just learn the lessons from the past, apply them to your future, stop holding on to shit that's weighing you down, holding you back. And then like sometimes you also gotta revisit things with your older perspective, mindset, thought process, all that kind of stuff. Like, girl, whatever. And this is the last thing I'm gonna say. I know I've been talking about Venus retrograde, Venus retrograde, Venus retrograde. I've been talking it into the ground because I told y'all, Earth signs, it's our time now. Think about 2017, like I said, and just like the way of the world and like your world, the lessons you learned since then, the things that you were experiencing. Like, we were like new adults in 2017. Like, please don't be doing the same shit that you was doing last Venus retrograde, this Venus retrograde. Grow up. Thank you, management. Oh, and then like, I don't know, like for the last like maybe like month or so, I just been having this constant little like meme thing. It's not a meme, I guess, but it's like a little post I saw on Twitter, and it was like, you know, suppression, oppression, repression, recession, patriarchy, misogyny, racism, and white supremacy are all new. And it said witchcraft is older than all that shit. And I was like, T, wake it up. Clock it. T. So like another, when I said earlier, it was like another little cool date that I want to talk about. So the planet Neptune is going to be in the sign of Aries for the first time since 1861. And I'm not even gonna hold you, I didn't know what happened in 1861 until I asked Siri, because I don't really be remembering like white history, like American history and shit like that. And girl, why the fuck in 1861, that was when the Civil War started, on April 12th, specifically 1861. During Aries season, I'm like, that's so wild. Like, Aries season, that fiery energy, that, of course that's when the fuck you would start a war. Like, why not? And then I think in 1865 or 3, that's when they signed the Emancipation Proclamation. So that was just like wild to me when I saw that, and I was like, oh, okay, like Neptune's gonna be in Aries for the first time since 1861. I'm like, oh, what happened in 1861? And I was like, gag me. Like, I said, okay, all right, T. I'm very interested in the stuff that's like happening in the astrology world for the first time in our lifetime. Like how I was talking about like Age of Aquarius and stuff like that. Like, that's the first time that's happened in our lifetime. And then with the Neptune and Aries thing, like, you know, that's the first thing that's first time that's happened in our lifetime. Like, bitch, wasn't none of us alive in 1861. And then another thing I want to say, like, Channy ate with this when I was reading a little newsletter or whatever. Consistency cures chaos. She ate with that. Ate. And I said, you're so right. Like, wow. So somebody need to hear that. I don't know who, but that was just like, took me aback. But thank you for watching. Please come back next week. Leave a comment, subscribe, share, and keep coming back, because I will, even if you don't. And that's the show. You already know how we end. And if you don't, too late. Too sad. Bitches be mad because they be hating. And bitches be hating because they be mad. Bye, y'all.